I'm just going to send a quick little thumbnail review. So if you look at this one, right, see how he's really big on the left and the big text and the big body. So that's like a perfect looking thumbnail. So if we come here, that's pretty good because you see the chainsaw, the hammer. Sometimes I would expand out things to make them bigger. Like you might even just cut out the hammer and it stretched the picture so the guys are bigger. Because certain things like this hammer, like you kind of almost can't tell what it is. It's just a big black blob on the side of the screen. But I guess people who play the game would be able to know. That one's good because it's huge, big, filling up the screen. Great. This one's good because the chainsaw's filling up the screen. I would probably make this guy bigger, like filling up more of this middle section here. But it's still probably fine. This one's pretty good because she's big. You can kind of see the hammer. Maybe I would have brightened the hammer a little bit, but whatever. It's fine. This one's good because he's big. It's just all this extra space that you in the background, like it's dark, but it still looks fine because the main piece, the main thing pops out, and then the text kind of gives you something, so that's fine. This one's also fine. Once again, the hammer is just hard to see because it's dark, so maybe I would have just stretched this out bigger and had him more bigger in the center, possibly. I mean, the hammer's okay there. It's just hard to tell what that is, especially if it's just a small screen. This one's awesome. I like this one a lot because you got the big chainsaw, the big hammer. You can clearly see what the hammer is because it's against the background. Then you got this guy in the center on the rock pointing. This is a great thumbnail. I love this one. This one's good too. I like how the text, he's like right in the middle of the text. Pretty good. Maybe I would just brighten it a little more. It's a dark game, but it actually looks good. It's got nice contrast. I just feel like thumbnails need to be bright because they're hard to see because they're small. This one's good. See how even the hammer's all black? It still stands out against the background. The background's brighter, so it's good. I like this one. Maybe I would have stretched him out a little bigger, but it's still actually pretty good. I like it. It's I would say that's proportioned pretty nice. It's just you got to think differently for thumbnails because they're so small. It's like you really have to make things bigger. But that looks great. Same thing with this one. That looks really cool. I probably would have made this, stretched it out bigger so you could see this bigger, like the gate and her crawling out of it, and less of all this ground here, and probably just eliminate the hammer and the chainsaw because you can't really see it anyway. So I definitely would have made this section bigger here, that centerpiece of her crawling out. But it's still a good concept. There's just too much floor space and wasted space. Same deal here. It looks pretty good. I probably just would have made this whole center circle piece with them running out like bigger, taking up more of the center of the screen so you could really see it nice and big in the center. Same thing. It's like the same issue. It's just some of them just aren't big enough. This one's perfect. She's like popping out against the color, the green. The contrast is like really nice, especially her outfit matching with the chainsaw. Interesting how the chainsaw's on the right. Maybe he was swinging it. Usually the chainsaw's on the left, unless you change that. Maybe you edited that. Okay, same deal with the hammer, just a big black thing you can't really see in the screen because it's not contrasting. So maybe would have made her a little bigger, stretched it out, but it's still not bad. It's just she looks small. And that's pretty much it. Well, there's this one too. In this case, it's hard to even tell what this chainsaw is. So maybe would have just made it bigger, showing them running out the gate. I think you made that. That is a created thumbnail, right? Yeah. So there you go. There's just a little review. This one, same ideas, is pretty cool. Once again, all this dark stuff on the side with the hammer, you can't really see it. I'd probably just stretch it out, and if you stretch it out, then he becomes too big. You can actually rotate it, so maybe he's crawling more sideways and he fills up more of the screen sideways. Just rotate the image and zoom it in a little bit. But you don't have to go fix these ones particular. I'm just giving a review on the ones that I see you doing. All right, that's pretty much it for now. That's 5 minutes. All right, awesome, great work. Some of them I really love.